Okay, Mr. Air Guitar. So
I was playing air guitar.
If I were to take guitar lessons, that would probably not be my first song.
No, that's a tough song. That's a good rhythm guitar song. It's so
I was
good.
thinking...
You know who could play that, don't you?
Peter Montoya.
I
was thinking if I took guitar lessons, that my first song would probably be...
The answer is blowing in the wind. I think that would probably be...
by the way, we're Home Wizards. That's Eric Stromer, and I'm Cindy Dole, and we love our music as well as your home and making it better. And by the way, we love mason jars. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my goodness.
Mason jars are it's just this insane thing.
Can I tell you, they're the longest lasting glasses in the Stromer home.
You drink them.
Because I drop them out of cars. They don't break.
Yeah, they're so durable.
Fantastic.
And if you're a canning person, of course, you can use it for that. But as we're getting ready for Halloween, we've got some fun, wicked ways to turn your mason jar into something that's going to be cute and fun.
And a little scary.
Yeah. And just you'll have the best front, porch on the block.
Oh, come on. You kidding me? Of course you will.
Yeah. So how about turning one of those, no, not one, how about turning 3 mason jars into a frosty luminary that says boo?
Come on, how do you do it?
The idea is you're going to have a little paint, and you're going to use some of that etching stuff, right? You're going to have...
Oh, sure. That takes the gloss off.
Right,
a little bit, yeah.
So you're going to use, you'll have 3 mason jars. You can get some alphabet stickers, because let's say you're not very artistic in terms of writing out the letter boo.
Yeah.
But you can get the stickers, and then, a B and an O and an O. And then you can buy, actually, frosted glass spray. It's spray paint made by Krylon, and it's frosted glass. So...
And that's how it'll stick to the glass.
Yeah, so you don't have to use the etching cream yet on this one. This is actually the frosted glass and then glitter blast. These are 2 different cans of stuff that you want to get in the art department of artsy craftsy stores. So glitter blast, it's a diamond dust spray paint, and then that frosted glass spray paint. They'll probably have that, in the cupboard where they lock it up. I mean, when you go,
because of huffers.
You feel like you're a criminal trying to buy art supplies.
Listen, I just want cold medicine and spray paint.
I know.
That's all I want.
You feel like a criminal going to get your cold medicine.
They look at you all shifty. I'm like, no, I'm not going to make crystal meth. I
have a cold.
I got a decongestant in me. I need it.
And I want to write out the word boo on my mason jars.
That's all I want.
Anyway, so you finally get your glitter blast spray paint and your frosted glass spray paint, and you have these little the letter stickers on each mason jar. You paint over them with the frosted glass. You let it dry. You follow it up with the glitter, blast, and it is going to look so opaque. It's going to look almost like a beautiful piece of glassware, right? And you have the word boo, and then you would just maybe get some black paint for the lid and add some plastic spiders to have it just kind of dangling, and then when you put a little luminary candle in there, it glows.
Forget about it.
Do you love it?
Couldn't be better. I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah. What else do you got?
Well, I got dozens and dozens. I mean, the whole idea is to just turn any mason jar that you have into a Halloween.
I want to hear something about you utilizing the old dry ice.
Oh, well,
any of these can have the dry ice in them.
Well, you certainly could. And by the way, if you do get some dry ice, make sure you go to some of these. Well, I guess you could get it from the liquor store, but you also can get it from certain. I guess even the grocery store. They have something that's called more edible dry ice, and you're not going to chew on it like it's a piece of chocolate. But what that means is if you put it in punch or you put it in now, let's say you're turning your mason jar into...
because you can't put the traditional dry ice in drinking things.
Right. This is not poisonous. You don't want to chew on it, but it's okay for it to be sitting in a punch bowl. How about turning a mason jar into an Oreo hot cocoa?
What are you doing?
There's very little artistic work involved. Now you just, they sell, Oreos kind of just in time for Halloween where the center is orange. And so it looks like a little pumpkin.
Yeah.
And you just basically use your mason jars and you have hot cocoa in there and just kind of put a couple of these Oreos on the side. It's more like a snack for the trick-or-treaters or for the parents. Because I know you guys have parties with families in the neighborhood as you're waiting for trick-or-treaters to come. Right?
You know what else is great with the mason jars?
What's that?
You can puncture a little hole in the flimsy top of the mason jar, right?
That little metal lid?
Yeah, that little metal lid. And then
with a nail or something?
Well, yeah, you can just use a hammer and nail, just puncture a little hole. Mm-hmm. And then you can go ahead and feed a piece of rigid wire through that and then, make sort of a makeshift knot out of the wire so it doesn't pull back through again. And then inside the mason jar, you're going to put some of the votive candles that are battery operated.
Love those.
And then you can either treat it, spray paint it with some very light, dark color, or maybe you could do blood color like red, and then you're going to hang those up in the tree around the front door, and then it gives you this magical sort of lantern look, but it's got any customization that you want, either with spray paint or the etching cream, or however you want to kind of gussy it up. But I love those the battery operated lights, because now they have an auto shut off on them.
The timers.
The timer.
Did you buy some yet?
I did not, but I remember you telling me about that.
You've got to get some of these. I mean,
because they're in the tree, and then you're going to forget to turn them off, and the battery dies, right?
These will last a long time. You turn it on, have it set for 5 or whatever, whenever the sun sets, and it stays on for 6 hours, and it automatically shuts off.
Couldn't be better.
And they even have the kind of flicker, so it's kind of got.
Great. Yeah.
How about, speaking of ghosts? How about turning a mason jar into a ghost terrarium?
Okay, go ahead. How do you do it?
Very, very simple.
Speaking of terrariums, mine's still going.
Is it still hanging on?
Yes, it is.
Good.
She made me a beautiful one, guys.
Good,
go ahead.
Good. So now you're going to just turn a mason jar. You're going to turn it upside down. You'll get some styrofoam discs and balls.
Okay.
At the dollar store. You'll get some moss. You'll have a Sharpie. You'll get some twigs from the yard. Get some gauze from your first aid kit, and a glue gun. And now you're going to, with the use of these little styrofoam balls, that'll be the head for the ghost, right? And you'll use the gauze as the cape.
I'm sorry, the what?
I'm not very good at making ghost noises, but I was trying. I get an A for
You do a good dolphin, though. Do the dolphin.
Wait. Oh my gosh, I'm off. Wait.
Go ahead. There you go. See.
That's all
you need in this world.
The next time there's a job, we need someone to show up and do a dolphin sound. I'm in. They might have a remake of. Oh my God, that kind of hurts my throat.
I know, but boy, it's worth it.
Oh, it hurt.
I might have to get it on my phone as a ringtone.
Stop it. It really hurt. It wasn't good to do. That's probably really bad in your vocal cords. Anyway, so now you have the twigs. So basically you have the mason jar upside down.
Yeah.
Because now it's a terrarium. So the glass part, the bottom is heads up.
Got it.
The base is on the table.
That's the base.
And inside you're going to have the Spanish moss. In fact, what you would do is you could glue the Spanish moss to the inside of the lid.
Okay.
And then you would mount the twig coming out of the moss, and then you would set, the 2 of the ghosts with the styrofoam little heads, and you would use the gauze as the fabric. And then don't forget, maybe use some you could use your Sharpie to make the eyes. And now it's all set. It's kind of cute. It's a little ghost in a jar.
I like it.
Idea.
Ghost in a jar.
Yeah. Now, there's another thing you can do with, how about turning your mason jars into mummies?
Oh, see, that to me, especially with a little flicker action in there.
With the little votive.
Okay, what do you do?
We love our cheesecloth, so this is the idea. The idea is that you just get some cheesecloth, you get some of those googly eyes, the little toy eyes, and you'd have your 3 mason jars, a jelly jar and a half pint and a pint, 3 different sizes. And the mummy wrap is the cheesecloth. You go round and round and round. You glue on the googly eyes. You put the little votives. You're done.
Couldn't be better.
Mason jars. These are all fun
What else do you
things.
want to put in there?
Well, there's so many ways. How about turning your mason jars into candy corn jars? You mentioned turning a pumpkin.
See, I love the candy corns, and I love the look of them. They're great just as a decor item, aren't they?
So this is basically spray paint. You would get white, orange, and yellow. Following, if you forgot what a candy corn looks like, buy a bag of candy corn and then just copy it. Just go the white the first,
little triangle.
The orange, the yellow, and then maybe get a little black ribbon and put it around the top. And it's very, very cute.
Oh, it's tasteful and delightful.
And
at the end of the evening, guess what? You can hand them out.
You can hand them out, and it could have candy in it.
Now, what about having the candy corn lining the inside of a large mason jar, and then inside the large mason jar having a cylindrical vase that you can then have flowers coming out of?
Whoa.
So
that's a centerpiece.
2-tier.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, now, I was talking to you earlier about how I want to get some fishnet stockings for my white pumpkin.
Yeah.
While you're at it, we're going to turn our mason jar into a girly night out.
So you're going all out.
Going all girly.
Yeah.
This is going to be actually black lace. You could go to the arts and crafts store and just get a little bit of black lace, and so it now looks like you have a stenciled jar.
Sure.
And
now, does it stick or just free form loose is okay?
Well, I mean, I think you would want to glue it. You take an old jar, use a little bit of the hot glue gun so that it stays, and it's very cute.
Very cute.
Yeah. Anyway, we have more ideas for you because it's all about the mason jar, how to turn yours or buy some new ones into some fun Halloween ideas.
Who are you going to call?
Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole. We're getting ready for Halloween, and we're glad to have you with us. You're listening to Home Wizards.
There's something weird, and it don't look good. Who you gonna call?
All right, welcome back. You're listening to Home Wizards. And who are you?
I'm James
Brown.
Yeah,
I know
James
that's
Brown,
what you're going to say.
that's me.
He was air drumming that time.
I was air drumming to James Brown. Papa Don't Take No
Because you
Mess.
play drums
I played
and
drum.
guitar.
Yeah, I'm a double, triple threat sometimes.
See? And that's Eric Stromer.
That is.
And I'm Cindy Dole, and I don't play either, but I wish I played the drums.
I want you to. And by the way, Cindy off air said that she wants to take guitar lessons, and for her first song, she wants to learn Barracuda.
But my first song is Foxy Lady because
Hendrix.
that's just dun dun dun.
So the good news is you're picking probably one of the two greatest guitar players out there.
So at least I have good taste.
You do have very good taste.
That's what my husband always says. I always go for the most expensive thing. I didn't mean to, and they go, "Wow."
Hendrix is not an easy person to emulate. However, I'm proud of your ambition.
Gotta have a goal. Yeah. Well, how about if we break it down and just talk mason jars?
Sure.
Because that's probably more my speed.
Yeah.
Someday I want to have a
Could
pony.
Hendrix make mason jars? No.
No, we can't.
There.
But we're going to not just have mason jars and put like layered salad and chili and...
which, by the way, is
a
great thing to do.
We're going to now turn them into wicked Halloween decor.
How do you do it?
Really, really easily. So, for instance, you know how they have mason jars, and now they have different sizes of mason jars.
They got every size in the world. I can't believe it.
Teeny tiny ones.
It looks like
a
you know those
pincushion.
things, those little statues that stack inside each other. It looks like those now. There's so many of them.
So here's the fun thing.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
The idea is you're going to turn your mason jars into actual pumpkins, because when you think about it, they kind of look like they could be a pumpkin or a gourd.
They do have that sort of shape to them. Yeah.
And the idea is you're just going to spray paint them different shades of orange.
Okay.
And then you would turn the lid into the little stem. You could you could get like a little, I don't know, a drawer knob and just kind of secure that, hot glue gun that to the top. And so it just looks like a little stem.
Okay.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I like it. It's probably not the most extravagant one, but why not? Here's one that's definitely going to intrigue the kids. Graveyard cakes.
Oh.
And the idea is you now have your mason jar, and it's a vessel for a dessert that also is equal parts spooky as well as delicious. And so what this is all about is you're going to turn the inside of your mason jar into like a sponge cake. And then it just has, you can actually cook them. You're going to cook, the mason jars. It's basically a little cake. You fill the jars half full of batter so that it has a chance to puff up. And then you use those manila cookies. Do you know those manila cookies that,
Oh, I love those.
Oh, when's the
Manila
last?
wafers, right?
Just Manilas. I remember
Is that what they're called?
Pepperidge
Manila?
Farm.
Not vanilla, but Manila.
Manila. And my dad, there are not very many in there, and my dad would keep track of how many he had. And he would have some underneath his car seat, because he was the cookie monster.
Oh, yeah.
And I would sneak under there, and I'd take a couple, and he'd go, oh,
he
had inventory.
He knew.
He's like, oh, there's 2 missing.
He might have even been the guy that was able to mark the liquor level before the high school party
Well,
with a Sharpie.
Maybe. I was a good girl. I wasn't doing liquor
Oh, okay,
yet.
Good. All right.
But what you would do is you would get some...
I like how you say yet.
Yes. Then I became a nightmare. Thank you for catching that. So you would get the manila cookies, but don't they look like tombstones?
Yes.
And you would get some of that black gel frosting, and you would write R.I.P. on them.
Yeah.
And so basically now you've cooked your little chocolate cakes in the mason jar. You get some of those gummy worms, and then you put the little manila cookie with the R.I.P. setting up, and so now it looks like a little graveyard. Cute as can be.
That's the cute. It's like a scene
It's
right
a
out
cute
of a horror movie.
And it's fun.
And it's edible.
And it's edible, and it's kicky, and the kids are going to like it, and it's not too scary.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, I love that idea. So more ideas with mason jars that you can turn into something fun for Halloween. Painted and patterned jars. This is an idea where basically you're going to use these for your kitchen table, your mantle, your staircase, right? It's very, very simple. You're going to use black white, and orange. And what you will do is you're going to paint the inside of the mason jar with this black and white paint. And
Okay, good.
And you make stripes. So you're going to do stripes and polka dots. And so you'll have 3 jars, and it'll spell out the word boo. And you can use some orange construction paper and write and carve out BOO, and then have some yarn to dangle around the lid, the letters. And then on the inside of the jar, you're going to spray paint white.
Okay.
And
so
then,
it's multi-dimensional.
And then you would then use on the outside, you'd paint little polka dots or stripes.
Cute.
It's pretty simple.
Very simple to do. That's an easy one.
But it's something that would look cute on the mantle. Now, here's another edible thing. This could be a cute Halloween party hostess present. You would grab a mason jar.
Yeah.
You would fill it with M&Ms. They now have Halloween M&Ms that are only orange,
orange and black?
orange and white and black, or you know,
Really?
or maybe they have purple and green. But they're. Do you know that they have a Halloween Barbie?
Finally,
a Barbie that's ready for Halloween, like in a witch costume. I saw that in the candy section at the grocery store.
Yeah, you know, Barbie's going down a little bit.
Really?
The sales are way off.
Oh, I guess.
I talked to someone in the Mattel business.
Oh, well. She's had a long life. She's doing good.
You know,
she still looks great. You know,
and she's had a little bit of work done.
A little bit of work.
You know,
but
smaller waist than supposed to have. But other than
it's
that,
all right. So come on now. So let's not go too PC. We have to have our Barbie. How about, so this is a Halloween cookies jar gift, and the idea is that you're using a mason jar, and you would use. They have chocolate candy corn. They have white chocolate candy corn.
Ooh, that's good.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
White chocolate candy corn. You could use regular candy corn, but white chocolate candy corn. And then you also would add some of the M&Ms that are orange and white.
Yep.
And then you'd have all the ingredients with the recipe. You type out a little recipe to make these cookies, but all the ingredients to make these Halloween cookies are in your mason jar.
Oh, that's cute.
And so you say,
so it's like a kit.
It's a kit.
You're showing up with a cookie kit.
It's the cookie kit with all the ingredients in there. I mean, a lot of times people like to do that with, any kind of thing for any kind of holiday.
Right,
right. How about turning your mason jars into glow-in-the-dark, skull-topped mason jars? And this is as simple as going to Michael's or any arts and crafts and getting this glow-in-the-dark paint. Have you worked with glow-in-the-dark paint?
I have.
You have? I have.
Very cool.
What do you, I mean,
it's just regular paint, but the good news is if you have a black light, look out.
And you still have many.
Thank you.
But this is just going to take about 30 minutes, and I guess, is the glow-in-the-dark paint, I guess it's spray paint, is it?
It can be both. It can be spray
Okay.
or out of a jar.
And then you get some of these skulls that are everywhere, little plastic skulls, and you're going to hot glue gun. So you'll paint, the glow-in-the-dark, that greenish color all over the glass part.
Right.
And then you keep the lid silver as is, and then now hot glue gun the skull to the top of the lid.
I love it.
Very simple, very fun. And then if you, like you said, if you had a black light, that'd be really cute, like by your bar.
Sure would.
As the adults are coming over.
And get some of that crazy dry ice. And
with the brew.
You got your mad scientist smoke coming out of the beakers.
Now, here's another fun way to turn your mason jar into something really, really clever. It's basically like a decoupage. You're going to get orange and black, really sheer paper, like tissue paper, like wrapping tissue paper.
Right.
And then you would, and you could even use some black construction paper, and you'll turn the orange tissue paper and you cut them into strips, and you will use some decoupage glue. Did you ever do decoupage as a kid?
Yeah, I did.
Did you ever have like where you had a balloon in the middle, and then you decoupaged it with newspaper,
and then you pop the balloon,
and then it became the stiff vessel, right? Well, you don't need to have the balloon here, but the glass jar with orange tissue paper, and you decoupage glue it, and then you use black construction paper to make a pumpkin. So now the orange is the body of a pumpkin, but then you use construction paper for the eyes and the jagged mouth of a pumpkin.
Oh,
and now put like a
cute.
series of the darling in a fireplace, and you put the votive inside, and they glow because the orange tissue with the battery operated votive to be safe.
Right.
And just imagine having a cluster of them, different sizes. Way cute.
Very cute.
Mason jars.
Love it.
Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole, we love hanging with you. Remember, check us out on our website at yourhomewizards.com and on Facebook. And remember this, the key is under the mat.
Light the fire while you place the flowers in the vase that